Texas sweeping the Tampa Bay Rays 7-1. And it was just a complete team effort today and yesterday from Texas.
Yeah, it was. I'm really disappointed in the Rays and their performance. But you're right. Texas deserves a lot of credit. They dominated this series.
Yeah.
End up winning 7-1 today, 4-0 yesterday, which, by the way, fun fact here, the last time the Rangers made a World Series run, 2010, played the Rays in the first 2 games of the playoffs, beat them 11-1 in those first 2 games in Tampa. Eerily similar.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward however many years, 2010, we're in 2023, what's that, 13 years? 13 years later, same sort of thing. 11-1 in 2 games, they advanced. They're going to go play the Orioles. I was super impressed with the Rangers. Offense showed up, but you knew the offense would show up.
Yeah.
The pitching is what really impressed me. Nate Eovaldi today was dominant.
Strong outing.
Good for them. They're moving on. They're advancing. The one pick in the first round that I got incorrect. The Rangers are moving on instead of the Rays. What? What?
Was that a jab at me?
What did I say?
Got 2 incorrect?
No.
The one I got wrong. All right.
No.
All right.
It was the one I got wrong.
Yeah, I got it wrong too. We both picked Tampa, but Tampa couldn't get a single thing going in this series. Yesterday, it was the 4 errors, which just they were beating themselves.
Yeah.
And today, nothing. They just could not get anything going.
More errors today.
And really tough outing for Zach Eflin.
Zach Eflin was not good. Yeah, he was really good all year long, but not today. Not a good outing. Ended up giving 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Walked 2 guys. Just all around. You know what? All around abysmal performance for everything that has to do with the Tampa Bay Rays. The team on the field, the fans. I get it. Look, I get it. I've stood up for, you know this. I have stood up for Rays fans so often.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's not in Tampa Bay. It's in St. Pete. It's hard to get to.
But
it's
this series, you got to do better. You got to do better.
I mean, the team needs to do better. The fans need to do better. The front office needs to do better. So what happened to the Rays in this series?
Well, I think Kevin Cash said it very well himself. He said the guys we had out there were capable of doing better than we did today. Right now, I can't put my finger on why we were eliminated so quickly. The adversity they overcame, we wanted more for those guys after the way they held everything together. They underperformed.
Yeah.
They didn't hit, they didn't pitch. But for me, Alex, I feel like it's been a couple years of thinking this way. Look, I think the Rays, the whole philosophy.
Moneyball?
Right? Moneyball, analytics. I think it's time to have a real discussion about that.
Yeah.
Because let's talk about the Rays, okay? You can go back to 2002 and start talking about the A's, the Oakland A's, and Moneyball.
Yeah.
And, well, guess what? Let's really talk about them there. Okay, we all saw the movie, Moneyball. Great movie, right? Well, Brad Pitt, he was great. Moneyball, the A's, they were awesome. Well, guess what? They were awesome. They got into the playoffs, and then they lost. The movie just glosses right over that part, right?
Some stats
they were really
that?
good. They won 20-plus games in a row. Look at Moneyball. Well, the ending of the movie just glossed over the fact that they lost, okay? Moneyball doesn't work there.
No.
Now let's talk about the Tampa Bay Rays, who everyone says, how do the Rays keep doing it? They don't have those huge superstars. They don't spend a lot of money, right? It's the Moneyball. The Rays are the current Moneyball combined with analytics, right? They are the best analytically while doing this Moneyball thing where they don't spend a ton of money and they just get the perfect product on the field. Well, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I realize it doesn't work. What's the goal? Championships.
World Series.
Right. The goal isn't to win in the regular season. The Rays win in the regular season. They can even win some games in the playoffs. They didn't this year. But it doesn't win championships. Look at what wins championships. Superstars, aces of staffs, big offensive bats.
Money, you got to pay.
Money. And the Rays aren't spending that money. They're not getting the stars. And in my opinion, they aren't doing enough to win championships. They're a really good team. They're a great regular season team. And they deserve a ton of credit for what they do and how good they are at doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good enough to win championships.
It's not. And here's a couple stats to back you up on that. Just 3 of the last 21 World Series winners have had a payroll below the top half of the league.
And guess who? They fit well into that. They're at the very bottom.
Now, since 2002, the beginning of the Moneyball era, the Rays' win percentage in the playoffs is .438. It's a minimum of 35 playoff games. That's tied for the 3rd worst win percentage in the playoffs, only ahead of Minnesota and Oakland. And if we're doing minimum 50 playoff games, it's the worst in Major League Baseball in playoffs.
It doesn't work in the playoffs. And I think they're just we're getting by on the fact that, wow, because they do well in the regular season, right?
Yeah.
Moneyball, analytics, it works. It can win you a certain amount of games. But it doesn't work when you go into the playoffs against those other teams like they have in years past, like the Houston Astros with Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez and Justin Verlander, and the Yankees with Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge. You're not going to be able to beat those teams.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
It does.
Like, it is good enough to win, but it's not good enough to win championships. That's the problem with the Rays. You got to start spending more money. It's really cute and great that you guys are able to do what you're doing while spending no money and winning so many games, but the goal is championships, and the team isn't good enough to win championships, and they just got exposed in October. And I know they're missing some of their stars, and I know they went through a lot of adversity this year with one of their best players in Wander Franco. I get all of that. But do you think this team was winning a World Series with just him?
No.
No, they're not. They're not. I don't think they're close to winning championships right now. I think they need more. And I will also admit, pitching-wise, they were depleted this year, right? Shane McClanahan and Rasmussen, they had all of these guys go down. That does matter. But offensively, they scored 1 run in 2 games in the postseason. All those pitchers that went down ain't helping that.
No.
You need more. You need stars in October, and they don't have them.
So looking at this series as a whole, Texas, Tampa Bay, what was your biggest takeaway?
Oh, I was heated there.
I know. Deep breath.
Whew. All right. Big takeaway from this series. The Rangers, if they pitch like this, they can beat anybody.
Yeah.
What's been their big thing this year? Offense, right? They just outslug everybody.
Top 3 offense in the league, almost every category.
And what's been their Achilles heel this year?
Pitching.
Bullpen. It's been atrocious.
Yeah.
Well, look at what they did in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman came in and was lights out.
Yeah, but it's also what Chapman are we going to get?
Well, exactly. So if you can get good Chapman throughout, which he pitches, he's a big game pitcher. He loves that adrenaline.
Yeah.
If he's that guy, the Rangers can beat anybody. They have a good offense. We saw Josh Young today was awesome. Seager and Simeon drove in runs on their ends as well. They were really good. Now they go on to play the Orioles. You can't get by. You got to pitch.
Yeah.
You have to pitch against the Orioles. But the Rangers, I'll say it again, if they pitch like they did in this series, they can beat anybody in October.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.